Hello world, how's everybody doing? Another beautiful day. See, about to get on this Xbox. You know what I'm saying, man? Got my, you know what I'm saying, man? Got my Colonel Sanders with my Xbox blood. What? What's up with it? What's up with it? Look, yesterday I seen an article yesterday. It was on Gamers Rant. You know, the title, before I do that, the title of this video is called Xbox Haters. Xbox Haters are everywhere. Xbox haters are everywhere. Anyway, seen this article yesterday on Gamers Rant. Small little article, nice little article. Saying that the Xbox Series X overheating. And they had like this picture of an Xbox, but there was like fire coming out on the top of it. So I looked at the picture, I seen the article, read it. And the first thing came to my mind was clickbait. I said, this is clickbait, right? Because the system ain't even on the market yet, and the consumer can't even play the system yet until November the 10th, right? So I'm saying this is clickbait. So that was yesterday. So I said, you know what? Let me ignore it. Because that's why I said, not everything you see you report. So when I see it, I say, clickbait. I don't want to. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to say anything about this. So this morning I got up and I had to take care of some things. But then I got on YouTube this morning and I seen some YouTubers talking about the Xbox Series X overheating. And what I can say about the what I can say about the Xbox is that the Xbox receive a lot of hate. See, people try to act like hard drives don't get hot. Okay, you have a desktop, right? Okay, we're gonna talk about the Xbox Series X in a minute, but I'm gonna use a desktop computer for a minute. Have anybody ever tried to like put their hands on a desktop hard drive while it's inside the computer running and see how hot that is? Okay, so you got a desktop, right? Your desktop computer usually have about 6 to about 7 fans in it. Let's see, the power supply got a fan, your video card got a fan, your CPU got a fan, and then there's like 4 extra like fans that's like 2 in the front and like 2 in the back. So all those fans are there for one thing, to keep things cool. See, with your CPU, you got this ZIF socket, it's called zero insertion force. And that ZIF socket holds the CPU. So the CPU, the more pins a CPU has, the more it overheats. So that's why they put that little thermal compound on top of the CPU and then put the heat sink and then add the fan on top of it to try to keep the CPU cool. So anyway, and then, like I said, your video card, it has a fan. It used to be AGP, but now it's PCIe. And then, on the video card, they got them little fans with the heat sink on it, trying to keep that video card cool. Then your power supply, which converts AC current to DC current so your computer can handle the current from outside your house, that has a fan. And then those other extra fans that's in the case, that's to generate air so everything in the desktop computer stays cool. Now let's talk about the Xbox Series X. Let's say this is your Xbox Series X, right? Using this keyboard. Let's say this is your Xbox Series X. It comes with 4 those little shoes, like 4 feet. So you have to lay it like flat. So it has holes in the back and holes in the front. But up at the front is where the fan is. So what the fan does is pull air from the back so the CPU can stay cool. So everything inside the machine stay cool. If you stand the Xbox Series X up like this, you're cutting the air off from flowing. So you have to lay it flat so the air can pull through and keep the CPU cool. Okay? So when I seen that people were talking about the Xbox, how the PS5 runs cool and the Xbox Series X run hot, those people are living in denial. Inside your computer, it gets hot, so you need fans to keep things cool. It's the same thing with a car. The engine gets hot, the radiator gets hot, the battery gets hot. You need fans and water cooling to keep all that cool. It's the same thing with the Xbox Series X. You have to lay it flat, so you have to lay it flat so the air can be pulled across the CPU so it can keep it warm. Okay, and before Microsoft put these consoles on the market, the engineers put the Xbox Series X through some rigorous tests just to see if it will overheat or crash or whatever things may be, you know. And like I said, if you stand the Xbox up like this, and let's say you put a plastic bag or put like something to cut the air off from here, then it's going to generate heat, because it's going to generate heat, and then the fan is still spinning, but it has no air to pull because no fresh air is coming through to keep things warm or keep it balanced. So when I see this whole Xbox Series X thing overheating, it's just clickbaits, and it's Sony fanboys. Most of the people that are doing it is Sony fanboys. There's an article on our Gamers Rant where one of the I think one of those people from Twitter, he said, why would Microsoft distribute so many Xbox Ones to people and knowing that they were overheating? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So this whole thing about Xbox Series X overheating, to me, it's just clickbait, and to me, there are people that are out there that's trying to sabotage Xbox One because of the momentum it has. Because one, it got the PlayStation 5 beat across the board. However you want to slice it, got the PlayStation 5 beat. And then not only that, after what Microsoft did with that Bethesda deal, that really hurt the PlayStation fans, because guess what? No Elder Scrolls 6 and no Starfield for you. So you guys can forget it. Because the co-founder of Bethesda came out and said, look, what Microsoft owns, Sony cannot get. Yep. So these are just PlayStation fanboys to me, you know, trying to sabotage the systems, to try to ruin the momentum that what Microsoft got going, and try to give the advantage to PlayStation. So of course, when you buy a Xbox Series X, you're supposed to get like a warranty with it. You always buy a warranty with it, especially if you order it from like Amazon and stuff like that, where they sell you the 3 to 4 year warranty. You buy it with it. So Xbox Series X overheating, if a problem comes up with the Xbox Series X, Microsoft and the engineers are alert. With this news going out today, you best believe that the engineers at Microsoft headquarters right now are looking at the Xbox Series X to make sure that there's no overheating happening. They're not going to sit there and play possum and then play dead and then act like a problem don't exist, like they did with the 360 when they kept prolonging on it till they finally got around to it. This time it's different, because once the news that came out yesterday that the Xbox Series X supposed to be overheating, the engineers are going to look into it and they're going to deal with it. They're not going to do like what Nintendo did with the Wii U, when they knew that the Wii U had a problem, and instead of taking the Wii U right away and taking it to the drawing board and then fix it, they didn't. They made a big old scene over it, and it made them look bad. But they reap what they sow. They went against the Wii U, and now they're in court. They're in court trying to buy their way out of it, but they can't buy their way out of it because the judge ain't listening to it. Microsoft is going to take care of business when it comes to the Series X. If the Xbox One X did not overheat, didn't have a heating problem, what makes you think the Series X is going to overheat? I mean, think of it. The Xbox One X that Microsoft discontinued, which I'm kind of mad at them about, because the Xbox One X only been out for like what 3 years, and you discontinue it, but then you replace it with the Series S. But whatever. But if the Xbox One X did not overheat, what makes you think this? What makes you think the Series S and X is going to overheat? Think of it. Just think of it. And the Xbox One X has more teraflops than the Series S. You know. So I mean, when I see the article about the Xbox One X, Xbox Series X overheating, it's just clickbait. and somebody's desperate for attention, or Sony fanboys are mad about something because Microsoft has stole the spotlight from them. They literally did. If you really look at it, so this is just Sony fanboys trying to generate negativity about this Xbox Series X before it hit the market. But now that the fake news is out, you best believe that the Microsoft engineers at Microsoft headquarters right now are looking into the Series X and S as we speak. Okay. But anyway, nice talking to you people. It's Chris. It's a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Borg, dark side. I'm gone. Peace.